Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one is going to be on the Flash Feuds and Feud prep for all four of them. As you can see, it starts in about 8 minutes. Blog wasn't as early as I would have liked, and I had an Andre preview to do, so I'm going to try and get this out a little bit after the first feud starts. I will do all four Flash Feuds for you guys and put timestamps in it so you guys can go to the proper spots. So the solo event that's going on isn't really tied to the feud. So basically, feud is your faction would like. My faction, we're just going for 1% of maxing it, which is 5.8 million feud points. So that will be my focus. If you look at the top right of my screen, that's the times off of the blog for when all the feuds are over the next few days, and that'll be in each one. So keep that in mind. Other than that, the two perks I have are MP up max and MP down just the first rank. Didn't go crazy, not planning on going crazy. On the left of my screen, you can see the requirements and info. 6 required minimum for this first one. So this is what I'm going to run. I think this middle lane is really kind of the sweet spot, although if you have a guy like Keith Lee and some big finisher guys like a Zombie Brian, you're going to want to fill the bottom row for that finisher damage. Anything, like that, Hogan, etc. The powerhouse slot's very open. You'll see a lot of Keith Lee, a lot of Hogan, a lot of Kane, a lot of Earthquake. A lot of different possibilities there of some pretty nasty guys. This bottom line in Scott Hall is going to be pretty dirty. If someone has Zombie Aleister Black, that's not going to be any fun for anyone too. So if you got some big finisher guys, you can go that route. Zombie Cena's got a big finisher. I'm looking at filling the middle lane for the 300% blue gems. Using Andrade with this blue multiply gem set, and Gooker, who tosses out a bunch of blue gems. Unfortunately, Gooker's not 5-star yet, because then I could do a lot with this other spot. Some blue gem guys. Any of the multiply acrobats would be awesome in here. Masters of the Universe, Triple H, etc. Ricochet. Bunch of different guys. Anyone with blue gems that can destroy blue, match blue. Did I say Mr. Perfect? Mr. Perfect would be really good at 300% blue gem damage. So yeah, be on the lookout for those kind of guys. Kind of fill with those. At least I decided to. If you don't have some blue guys, do some blow up the board guys. That's why I have Kane in here. I might do Earthquake instead. I haven't decided yet. But you could just as easily, if you had 5-star guys, some of these 5-star acrobats in particular are all going to do well there. Ray, Masters of the Universe, Triple H, R-Truth, Jeff with the blue gem damage. Just a lot of different possible guys you could use on that row in general. A lot of acrobats. Biggie would be okay in there because he's gonna do some blue gem destroying. More moves though. X-Pac, it's a solid line for X-Pac. Kind of like that, guys. The first feud isn't necessarily the best feud to score points. Unique wins, I want to say, are 20,000 points for this one. So I'm kind of running a medium roster, a little bit heavier than I'd like, but there's 6 guys, so I think I'll be okay. Not really much fodder for me on the requirements, so kind of getting stuck with a little bit bigger roster than I normally tend to run. But this should be a solid one for earning points, this first one. Obviously, if you have Honky Tonk Man, you're going to want to fill the top one and use any of your multiply gem guys for that, because that's a great bonus for him. So Honky and your best multiply gem guy. I think that mostly covers the first feud. We'll jump into the second one here, and I've tried to pretty it up a little bit. So the second one is Road to Fame Trickster, and that one we got minimum requirement of 4, and first time wins are again 20,000. So this one, obviously, if you have Rick Rude, the top one is a really great line, so you're gonna run that. A lot of people aren't gonna have Rick Rude. I don't. So I'm gonna run this middle row, um, and then the open slot up here where Rude is at. So for the middle row, guys like Edge. Edge is going to be really good with a 300% purple gem damage increase. Tough. You don't hear me talk about Tough being good for much of anything these days, but at 300% purple gems, that's big. There's also the countdown gem increase, so if there's a countdown gem guy you're using, you can go that route. But your JBLs, your Hall of Fame Pipers, anyone choosing purple gems, Zombie Austin, choosing the purples with the silence gem gear. Zombie Austin is going to be really, really, really gross this feud. He's going to hit super hard. Um, so I may end up using him in the open slot and popping Piper down here, or maybe just using the open slot for a destroy the gem board. Macho, NWO Macho is going to be really, really good this feud. There is the open slot, so you're going to see all the usual suspects, the stun guys, the turn one guys, and that sort of thing. So have a counter for that. Zombie Triple H's, etc. Now you're seeing more of those. Might start to see some Ortons. Texina's been getting leveled more by people, so probably see a lot of him somewhere during these feuds. But this 300% purple gem damage is kind of crazy. And there's going to be some really, really good ones. If someone has JBL leveled up, he's got multiple area purple moves, and he would hit stupidly hard. So pick your best purple gem users, fill this row, unless of course you have Rude, in which case fill the top row, and then maybe pick your purple gem users too. But fill this middle row and kind of go all out. It's going to be a lot of tricksters with the two there, and a lot of tricksters have purple gems too, so it kind of fits. There's just the one slot in the bottom, as far as I understand it, just the Piper slot. So that's just kind of hanging out there. But yeah, I plan on going with mine Edge, Piper, and Austin, probably on those three. And then the open slot, I will probably take someone like Quake, most likely. So that's what I plan on doing for this one. Should be actually a pretty fun feud if you have some heavy purple gem guys and can win quickly. Otherwise, it's probably going to be pretty frustrating. I think that kind of is good for that one. Let's cover the third one here. This is the only female one this time. It's the Road to Fame Women's Division. Minimum required is 3, and first time wins in a brawl are 20,000. So with this one, if you can fill the middle row, you get a boost to color gems created. The requirements, you got any Showboat, any Trish, and Lacey Evans, any Lacey 4-star and up. The bottom row is all Hall of Fame, I think, or just one Hall of Fame. Is kind of hard to tell from the blog, but there's no line bonus for it on the blog, so maybe it stays that way. If you have Trish, obviously it's a pretty nice row bonus up top. I happen to have her. I'm going to run Trish and Bailey just for the 2 starting MP, and go that route, I think. But yeah, so it's pretty simple, really. I'm going to run the minimum. I would suggest you do too. Take your top 3 that you can. For most of us, it's going to be this middle line. Hopefully. I mean, it's not the easiest thing because it's not like Trish is super common. So this could be a little bit of a tough feud for a lot of people. Everyone has at least one Hall of Fame, though, for the bottom slot. So if you can't get a row bonus, pick one good one and go in with 2 low ones is what I would say. If you can't get a good lane bonus. But yeah, you're going to see, the usual good females. Zombie Page will be generating more gems. Bailey you'll see a lot of. Carmella you'll see a lot of. The normal stuff. The increase in yellow gem damage, I'm not 100% sure. Trish generates a lot of yellows and stuff. Lacey generates a lot of yellows. So I may go that route. Wendy Richter would do really good damage in there, even though she's a showboat. Once you're getting 300%, that's a lot. Um, so I would say, take a look at your line bonuses and go appropriately as normal. The last feud is going to be the one you can make the most points on. It starts at 5 a.m. my time and goes till noon. But each individual brawl is 30,000 points with a 5 minimum required. This one isn't going to be fun if you run into anyone with Andre, plus 99 starting all MP. That's not going to be fun to play against. The 100% protect gem damage row is mostly going to be a 1-2-3 kid kind of row. Potentially Harlem Heat, Booker T on the finisher, but it's not going to be too crazy. Really, 1-2-3 kid is the only one I would super worry about. For most of us, 5 is the minimum required. Filling the bottom lane makes the most sense if you can. It's going to be hard to fill because you're going to need Piper and 2 other male Hall of Famers, so not everyone has that. But it's 50% all gem damage, so the striker slot's going to be open and they're going to hit extra hard, so someone like Zombie Triple H is going to be really, really crazy. The middle row, you'll see a lot of those good new gen guys. I would expect to see a lot of Typhoon, and a lot of excuse me, Earthquake, Taker, maybe some Perfect, just to fill the requirements for people that don't have a lot of Hall of Fame. But if someone has Andre, that's going to be crazy. There is the open slot too, so you could potentially see anyone from Hogan to Keith Lee to the normal usual suspects. Zombie Kane, it shouldn't be as bad as usual. Boss plate's been fixed, so he might not be as hard to beat anymore. You might still see a lot of them though. Probably see a lot of Zombie Austin. You might see some Sacco, a lot of John Cena. I would think at this point start seeing a lot more tech John Cena in feuds. I think we'll see it maybe next month more, but I think you're going to see a lot of them this month too. Other than that, guys, I'm sort of trying to get through this really quick and get it out to you guys. So I might have missed some stuff this time. Again, on this last one, pick a line bonus. The bottom one is probably your best if you can. It's tough requirements. It's Hall of Fame month, so a lot of them you might not have. Try not to get too discouraged. Remember, your 1% for your faction is right around 5.8 million, but you can also get there with fuses and stuff. Work with your faction leaders. They may want you to go smaller, bigger, somewhere in between. Usually, as always, I say go with the size roster that is appropriate for your roster and your perks and how many turn 1 guys you have. Go small as much as you can to conserve health packs. But mainly, guys, game should be fun. So go out there and have some fun feuding. I'll probably be streaming a lot this weekend. Don't have too much else on my plate, so feel free to watch those. Other than that, I hope you guys found this helpful. I know it's a little bit shorter than usual on a time crunch, so let me know what you think in the comments. If I flat out missed something, let us know in the comments because it can still help people even if I missed it. Other than that, guys, appreciate you guys watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, and good luck out there. Thanks.